Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you've practiced with me before. Today's class is a 60-minute balanced strength and flexibility Vinyasa flow class. It's a complete practice which moves at a slow heat building pace, lengthening and strengthening the back, front and side seams of your body. And optional for practice is to have a folded blanket and or a block. And I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And we'll begin practice standing at the top of your mat today, practicing a 3-part breathing exercise. It's called Breath of Joy. If you haven't practiced this before, it's a simple, energizing technique and a great warm-up to sweep away any sluggishness. To practice, just bring your feet hips width apart, put a little bend in the knees, and we're going to take 3 sips of breath to fill our lungs. First sip fills the bottom of your lungs, second the middle and side of your lungs, and the final sip filling to the top of your lungs, and then a long audible exhale. So it's 1 punctuated breath in and a long out breath. And we'll also sync our arms in time with our breath. First round we'll go slow to get the hang of it, and then choose a pace that suits you as you warm up. So breathing in, fill the base of your lungs, sweep your arms forward, palms up. Sip a little more air in, arms sweep out wide. And then fill the lungs, take the arms overhead, palms facing one another. And exhale with an audible ha sound, bend the knees and fold, arms sweep back. And then just continue on, arms forward, palms up, breathe in, arms wide, arms overhead, final sip of breath, and then let it go. And then just continue on your own pace. You can go a little faster, or you can keep it nice and slow, and just try not to force or strain your breath. Just tune into the stimulating rhythm of your breath and the movement. And if you feel lightheaded at any time, just take a nice easy forward fold, breathe naturally. Breathing in through the nose, sips of breath, and then out through the mouth. We've just got a few more rounds. And last round now. When you're ready, return to stand upright, palms to your heart center. And just closing your eyes. Sense and notice your own experience. So these deliberate inhalations and the arm movements stimulate your nervous system, and they increase the oxygen to your bloodstream. So you might feel tingling in your palms or your fingers. Might be able to feel your heartbeat. Let's take a moment to feel and pause. And now we'll just start to flow, blinking the eyes open. Interlace your fingers into a fist at your heart center. Breathing in here. Exhale, draw your fists away round your spine, chin tucks in. On your in-breath, sweep the arms overhead, spin your palms inside out, stretching tall from the toes to the crown of your head. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interweave your fingers. Staying upright, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bend the knees deeply and just forward fold here. Float the arms softly away from your back. Let your head hang down. And keeping your hands interlaced, inhale, come all the way up to stand. On your exhale, turn the palms inside out. Press your hands toward the floor. Release the hands, arms overhead now for a standing lateral stretch. Right hand to your left wrist. And on your exhale, just side bend over to your right, any amount. Stay for an extra cycle of breath. Inhale back to center. Switching your hands, side bend when you're ready to your left. Opening up through the right side of your body. Breathing in back to center. Exhale, drop the hands to your heart center. 2 half forward folds now, moving with your breath. Reaching the arms overhead, breathing in. Bend the knees and forward fold over your legs. Ardha Uttanasana, breathing in. Hands can slide to the shins there. Exhale and refold. Rise tall to stand. Hands to your heart. Again, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, strong legs there, looking forward. Soften the knees, forward fold. Rise tall, come to stand. And hands press to prayer. We'll keep it flowing 2 rounds. Surya Namaskar A. Arms overhead, breathe in, gaze up, spot your thumbs. Forward fold on your out breath. Halfway lift, looking forward onto the fingertips. Plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Take an extra cycle of breath, strong through the shoulders, the legs. On your exhale, either knees, chest, chin, or full push up to the floor. Keep it low, take it slow, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Firm belly, roll back, Downward Facing Dog. 5 smooth cycles of breath. Spreading all your fingers, closing up the air pockets underneath your hands. Heels heavy. Smooth breath. Breathing in, gaze forward between your thumbs. End of your exhale, bend the knees, step, top of the mat. Take a halfway lift and forward fold. Rise to stand, reach up tall. And pray hands to your heart. One more round, breathing in, breathing out. Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Hands down, plank pose. Breathe in. Chaturanga to the floor. Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Keeping a uniform arch through your spine. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. 5 smooth cycles of breath. Preparing to move, next breath in, looking forward. Bend the knees and travel to the top edge of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise tall. Come to stand, sweep the arms overhead, gaze up. And rest your hands to your heart center. Final warm-up flow now, 1 round. Surya Namaskar B. Will move with your breath. pause and take rest at any time. If you need to, do less. Bend the knees, chair pose, hips back, arms rise. And forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe in, gaze forward, flat back. Exhale, Vinyasa. High to low push-up. Back bend of your choice, sending the heart high. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, raise your right leg. Breathing out, stepping forward, warrior one. Lift heel anchors, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, just moving with your breath. Vinyasa. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Even equal breath. Left leg rises, breathe in. Left foot steps up, warrior one. Keep the right leg firm as you rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the floor, Vinyasa. And we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. 5 to 8 deep, even equal breaths. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer now in the arms, the legs. Let's try and cultivate a sense of ease as you linger here. Softening your expression. Keeping the gaze still and steady. Breathing in, gazing forward. End of your exhale, step or lightly hop, top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And fold in. Bend the knees, coming through chair pose. Press to stand. Rest your hands to your heart center. Take an extra cycle of breath. Just center yourself. Next breath in, chair pose. Weight in your heels there, pausing for a few breaths here. And try not to strain through your neck. You're just sending the gaze lightly up, keeping the back of your neck long. Tailbone lengthening down. Press your palms here, and we'll come into a twist, hands to your heart center. On your exhale, twisting to your left. You can hook your right elbow outside of your left knee here, or take your right forearm in front of your shins, left hand small of the back. The last few breaths here, you might like to explore balancing on your left foot. Raise your right heel toward your buttocks, squeezing your knees together. And keeping your hands where they are, just send the gaze down, and if you can, gracefully step your right leg back and land in a lunge twist. We're here for about 5 breaths. Right thigh strong, right up on the balls of your right toes there. Keep breathing. Balancing out now, your eyes down, fingertips down, transitioning into pyramid pose. Ground your right heel and shorten your stance. Raise your hips, make space to straighten, and left leg and take a halfway lift. Exhale and fold in. Drawing your left thigh bone back in space, roll your right hip forward and down. So you sense a balance across your sacrum. And just breathing easeful breath. Even and equal. And if you'd like to bind here and it's available to you, option to swim your arms back, interlace your fingers behind the back of your right leg. And so this might infuse just a little bit more stability into the shape. You're resisting the back of your right thigh into your hands. Just 2 more breaths. And then release. Take your hands to frame your left foot and begin to rotate to your left. So creeping your fingertips around to the left and coming onto the outer edges of your feet. So you can bend a little into your left knee as you go. Just exploring all the sensations you can feel here, perhaps in the outer right hip, maybe in your left hamstrings, side body. You're just directing your breath deeply into your body so you can ease into the shape. And then walking back around to the front of your mat. We'll step back through a Vinyasa or just take rest. We'll meet you up in downward facing dog. And perhaps taking just a slightly longer stride. Even an equal effort through your legs and your arms, pushing the floor away. Really feel the fullness of your breath around your ribs. We'll take 1 more cycle of breath. End of your exhale, looking up. Bend the knees and step forward, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Chair pose as you breathe in. And then press all the way to stand, reset, hands to your heart center. Second side now, bend the knees, chair pose, lifting your sit bones toward your abdominals so you get that feeling your abs are fully engaged here. Pause for a few breaths, see if you can get just a little lower in your seat. Really extend the arms, the fingers. And press your palms, lower them down to your heart center. Sit just a little lower and then twist to your right. Left elbow hooks outside of your right knee. Or take that variation a little bit more open, a bit more spacious for your twist. Keep making room for your breath. And you can either stay here or balance on your right foot now. Left heel lifts toward your buttocks. And just hover in your twist. Get the arms where they are, gaze down. Step your left foot back into your reverse lunge twist. Holding here. Breathing smooth, building heat, stretch coming up. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, release, hands down, eyes down, setting up for pyramid pose, grounding your left heel, shortening your stance, feet about hip width apart. So take a halfway lift here, get the feeling you're uncreasing the front, back of your spine, and then forward fold. So you're really lengthening your chest forward before you float down and in. And just gently tuck your chin in, relax your jaw. Nice soft energy around the back of your neck. An option to take your hands around the back of your left thigh here if it's available. And 2 more breaths. On your exhale, release. Frame your right foot, and with your fingertips just start to walk around to your right now. Coming onto the outer edges of your feet, bending your right knee. Just pause and breathe. You can come around to any amount. Hands can rest on your legs if it makes it a little bit more accessible for you. Pause and breathe. And walking back now, top of the mat. And either stepping quietly back, downward facing dog, or take your Vinyasa. Just really savor your breath as you move. Movements controlled, steady and easeful, and we'll all meet up, downward facing dog. And just deliberately firm your foundation in your hands, in your feet, your heels, heavy toward the earth. And from here, you're going to center your left foot in the middle of the mat, breathing in, raise your right leg up and back. On your exhale, take a core lunge in the air, rocking forward, shoulders over the wrists, knee in toward the nose. Inhale, down dog splits. One more here, exhale, core lunge. Breathing in, right leg high. Exhale now, stepping up. I'm going to come into lizard pose, quite an active lizard. So right foot up in between your hands, knee over the ankle, hands on the inside of your right foot. So we're going to build a little bit of heat in the leg muscles now. Aim to keep your left leg straight and strong. So you're just resting on the balls of the left toes, reaching back through your left heel. And as you linger here, just try and get a little lighter on your fingertips, popping up. Let your legs support you. And either stay here or extend your left arm out to the side. And now take your right arm out to the side so you've got aeroplane arms. Keep scissoring your feet toward one another, swallowing your belly in and up. So it's just hovering right above your right thigh. One more deep breath in. Exhale, fingertips down. Land your left heel, transitioning into warrior two. Coming all the way up. Equalize the effort between your legs as you land. Rising tall through the spine. Expanding across your chest, both arms engaged. Pause and breathe. Just 5 more breaths. Take the heat out of your legs now. Inhale, reverse and straighten your right leg as you go, reaching away from the front of your mat. And exhale, windmill the hands to the floor. Taking the left knee to the floor, we're going to stretch out now into Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Creeping your hands back underneath your shoulders. Straighten out through your right leg, toes flexed, quads engaged. And just pause and savor the release through your hamstrings. Make contact with your even steady breath. And then walking your hands forward now, rebend your right knee. And we're going to gently open up the hip to the right. And so you might like to walk onto the outer edge of your right foot, and your right hand could sit on your inner right knee. And taking 5 to 8 breaths here. Try not to fully dump into your hips. Keep that active engagement through the legs, like you're trying to crease the mat right in the middle of the mat between your feet. If it's available to you and you'd like to take this option, you can reach your right hand back to catch a hold of your left foot. And you can lengthen into the front of your left hip. Last few breaths here. Opening your chest, revolving a little to your right. One more deep breath in. And to exhale, release at your own pace now, your choice, Vinyasa, or simply step back to your downward facing dog. And just settle in, reset. Smooth the cadence of your breath. And balancing out now, left side now, center your right foot, raising your left leg up and back on your in-breath. Exhale, core lunge in the air, doming your spine. We've got 2 here. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, core lunge, make it count, hollow your belly. Big breath in, extend. Exhale, same action, just step up now into your active lizard, left foot to the top of the mat and over into the left lane. Right leg straight and strong, hands on the inside of your left foot. Just settle in here for about 5 to 8 breaths. So any variations that you'd like, if you'd like to heat things up, you can fly your arms out wide. And of course, if you need to do less, that right knee can sit down on the floor. Just keep engaging the feet toward one another. Keep your chest open, lungs available. One more smooth cycle of breath. Hands to the floor, transitioning now. Warrior 2, press down through your left heel, rise up. Drop even anchors into your feet now. Keep breathing. Oftentimes your mind ties before your body, so you've got this. We've only got a few more breaths before we stretch. Sink a little deeper. Working toward a right angle, left thigh. And then big inhale, reverse, straighten your left leg, reach up and back. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee to the floor, make your way into half monkey pose. And savor that stretch through the back seam of your leg, pause and breathe. Just try to avoid locking out your left knee there. And just rolling forward now for your hip opener, balancing out, back to front. Left foot over into your left lane, rolling open onto the outer left foot. And just making a little bit of space here in the adductors, the inner thighs. We're here for about 5 more breaths. If you'd like to take the quad stretch, reaching your left arm back for your right foot. And taking 3 more cycles of breath. And to exhale, release at your own pace now, your choice, Vinyasa, or simply step back to your downward facing dog. And taking 3 more cycles of breath. And final balance sequence now, working your core, your legs and your upper body. Shifting forward when you're ready to a strong plank pose, shoulders over the wrists. And we're moving into side plank on your right, so heels to the right, stacking your feet, or if you'd like to modify here, right knee to the floor. And then reaching your left hand up toward the sky, bringing the back of your skull, tailbone, and your heels into one straight line. Lift and curve the right side, waist up away from the floor. Got 2 more breaths. Rest coming up. Exhale, hands to the floor. And then downward facing dog, hips up and back. And then a little bend in the knees there. Walk your hands back to your feet at the back edge of the mat. And when you arrive, slip the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet, bending your knees any amount here to accommodate your body if you need to. And we'll just gently stretch out the back of your wrists, rocking your weight forward into your hands, lifting, resisting with the hands. And taking 2 more breaths. And stepping off the hands now, releasing now. We'll just take a nice slow roll up to standing at the back of your mat. And we're going to balance down the mat now, alternating our supporting leg, beginning in tree pose. So right foot is your foundation, left foot to the inseam of your right leg, above or below your knee. Just getting steady. Hands to your heart center, finding a still point for your gaze. You're just sandwiching your lifted foot into your standing leg, pushing into the in or the mid-center of your body. From here, stepping forward to the middle of your mat onto your left foot. Make your way into eagle pose, right leg wrapping over the top of your left leg. Motioning your hips down and back, wrapping the arms, left arm on top, right arm under. Hugging everything into the midline of your body here, staying fairly compact. Keep your focus. Unraveling your legs now, stepping forward onto your right foot, top of the mat, floating your left leg into Warrior 3. Just here for a few breaths, try and level your hips with the floor below. Extending your chest forward, your heel back, lifted leg engaged. And bending both knees now, stepping to the top of your mat. Hands to your heart center, take an extra cycle of breath, letting go of your effort. Shake it out if you'd like there. And then deep breath in, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Halfway lift, breathing in. Exhale, stepping back, plank pose and pause. Second side, side arm balance on your left now. And taking any modifications to keep you steady so the left knee can come to the floor here, 2 feet on the floor or feet stacked. Right arm up toward the sky. Obliques engage through the left side waist. 2 more breaths. And exhale, hands to the floor, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then a little bend in the knees, walking your hands back to your feet. And keeping your right fingertips down now in front of your right foot, little bend in your right knee. We'll take a twist, easy twist. Extend your left arm up toward the sky, opening up to your left and straightening out any amount through your left leg. And then just switch sides, left fingertips come down, little bend in the left knee, right leg straightens, right arm extends. Torso, chest reaching forward and hands to the floor. Soft bend in the knees, slowly roll up, come up to stand. And then hands to your heart center. Coming into tree pose now, Vriksasana. Left leg is your foundation. Taking your right foot into position. A little lower if you're feeling wobbly. Hold your balance. Pushing down into the big toe mound, little toe mound, center of your heel. And then releasing, stepping forward onto your right foot, middle of the mat, eagle pose. That right knee bends, left leg wraps over the top. Opposite arms to legs, right arm on top, left arm under now. Either catch your shoulders or press your palms. Project your forearms forward, hollowing your belly. Two more breaths. And final balance, releasing now, stepping up, warrior 3, balancing on your left foot. Doing your best to bring your legs into an L shape. Feel free to micro bend the left knee. Keep your right leg super engaged, not floppy or sloppy. It'll feel heavier. And a little bend in both knees. Release, stepping up, top of the mat, well done, shake it out. Take a moment to re-center. And then breathing in, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose, stepping back. And just take a slow exhale to lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Last little push of effort, strengthening, toning your spinal muscles. We're going to move into some locust variations, so good for posture and breathing. Take your arms alongside your body, palms face down, stretching all your toes back. And then on an inhale, lifting the legs, the chest, your arms. Feel your breath balloon your ribs, lift your heart. Deep breath in. And to exhale, release. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead into the top of your hand. Invite your heels to relax wide, letting go of your effort through your legs. The next variation we'll do is super great for your posterior chain of muscles. And in this version, we keep our forehead resting And just raise the legs, bend your knees and bring your big toes to touch. So you're hovering your thighs there, knees are a little wide. And then from here, now just pulse and lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep going. Either rest or extend and bend the knees. Last 3 breaths. Legs extend and then bend. And then everything down onto the mat. Take rest. And this last variation, one for the arms. It's really great for the triceps. And in this version, we rest our head and our legs and we just pulse the arms. So arms alongside the body, palms face up, and then simply pulse your arms up. Feel for your upper back muscles engaging, lifting up nice and high. Building a little bit of warmth there in the back of the arms. Now keep going, but just flip your palms up and down and pulse with your breath. Last few, there's a rest coming up. And rest. Hands to the floor by your ribs and press your way gently back into your version of child's pose. Ideally, take your knees really wide to the width of your mat, big toes to touch. And resting, bowing in, letting go of your effort. Invite your breath to slow down and normalize. And from here, we'll come into a twist. Go ahead and center your left hand forward. And lifting up just a little way, thread the needle, taking your right arm under. And come to rest on your right shoulder and your cheek there. And in your own time, lifting up, switching sides. And you can regulate the downward pressure on your shoulder there by just popping up onto the right fingertips if you need to. And take 2 more smooth cycles of breath. And release. Transitioning now onto your buttocks, onto your back, middle of the mat. And before you lie down, actually, take your feet to the floor, hips width apart. We're going to set up for tabletop pose. So rest your hands behind you, fingertips facing the front of your mat, and feet about hip width apart, making sure when you lift up that your thighs stay parallel. On your exhale, lifting up into reverse tabletop, engaging your buttocks, your hamstrings, upper back muscles. Pushing the floor away with your feet and your hands equally. And take 1 more breath. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself down and crossing your legs. So you're going to take the right leg in front of your left for an easy forward fold here. If it's available to you, you're familiar with it, you can take double pigeon, right shin on top, stacking the legs like fire logs. Inhale, reach the arms tall alongside your ears. Exhale, walk the hands forward, just bow in. You might like to rock a little side to side, just relaxing any restraint you might be holding in the outer hips or the inner thighs there. Walking the hands back, we'll come upright again. To reset, we'll repeat either your tabletop or coming into reverse plank now. Reverse plank is 2 straight legs and just rolling your inner thighs toward one another as you lift up, soles of the feet toward the floor. And if it's comfortable for your neck, and you can just gently drop your gaze back, letting your head drop back, opening your throat. Keep lifting up the back body to greet the front of the body, pushing into the hands. One more breath. And releasing down. Balancing out, recrossing your legs, left shin in front of your right shin, or double pigeon here. Rock a little through the sit bones, arms rise on your inhale, get steady. And then keeping the sit bones anchored, just exhale, fold forward. Take about 5 breaths. And just gently walking your hands back, grabbing your blanket folded and reclining down onto your back. So we're going to go upside down and invert our bodies. And if you'd like to take a modified or gentler option today, particularly if you've got any issue in the neck or shoulders, just slipping the blanket underneath your buttocks. So you elevate your buttocks just a little, arms alongside your body, raise your legs toward the ceiling. So here, if it's comfortable, 2 straight legs, toes flexed. If it's less comfortable for your low back and hamstrings, little bend in the knees. And those of you who are feeling open and spacious in your body and you're familiar with shoulder stand, it's taking your arms alongside your body, floating your feet out overhead. And if you can, toes to the floor, stay here in your Plow Pose, Halasana. Take 5 smooth breaths. Hands can wrap around the edges of your mat if you've got tighter shoulders there, or you might like to interlace your fingers. And just push down through the back of your shoulders. Keep a little hollow in the back of your neck. You're going to take your hands, when you're ready, to the small of your back. And then fingertips point up toward the ceiling. And see if you can spread all your fingers, put even pressure into all the fingers, and start to walk your hands toward your shoulder blades. So you narrow your shoulder blades in toward each other, the elbows come in, and that'll give you just a little bit more lift and lightness. Once you're steady, reach the legs toward the ceiling. And again, just check in. Don't turn your head in this position. Your neck is in quite deep flexion. You're just holding a steady gaze, getting the feeling the back of your ribs are drawing toward the front body. At the same time, the front body's lifting up toward your toes. Just taking calm breaths into the back of your lungs. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And gently releasing, coming back to Plow Pose, Halasana, feet out overhead. If your feet comfortably touch the floor, go ahead, point your toes, just stretch out through the tops of your feet there. And again, any variation with your arms. And those of you with your legs up, balancing on the blanket, you can just bend the knees out wide to the side, take the soles of the feet together. And then we'll all release down. Shoulder standers, bend the knees in toward your face, roll down very gently through your spine. Let the knees bend, feet to the floor, and we'll all join up here. Slip the blanket out if you have that underneath you. Preparing for fish pose, lifting the buttocks, slipping the hands underneath, palms face down, and your thumbs touch there, legs out straight. You can point your toes or flex your toes, and again, any variations that you like to practice here for fish. On an inhale, you're just opening your chest, lifting your heart, curving your spine, looking back and come to rest on the top of your head there. Opening the throat. And those of you who are a little stronger in the core, legs can lift. And then gently release. Bend the knees, raise the buttocks, release your hands. And then one knee at a time, just hug the knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a little rock, side to side. And then taking both feet to the floor. We'll finish with a twist here and a forward fold. If you'd like to wrap your legs, it's a little stronger, but you're just taking your right leg over the top of your left leg. Arms out wide to the side, lifting your buttocks, and take the knees over to your left. Rolling on the back of your head, and just turning the gaze out over your right shoulder. Eyes can close here. Take 5 smooth breaths. Relaxing the legs, calming the breath. End of your exhale, coming all the way up. Reset for the second side, left leg over the top, and twisting to your right. Five smooth breaths. And releasing on an exhale, so you've got your abs engaged as you come back up. Gather both knees in toward your chest. And if it suits your body better here, you can stay on your back, just come into happy baby. If you'd like to complete your practice with a forward fold before resting in Shavasana, just taking a roll up through your spine, come to sit. Extend both legs out straight. When you're steady, reach the arms. And on your exhale, forward fold. And letting go of all your effort. And in your own time, last few minutes here, either seated meditation or rest back in Shavasana. And taking these last few moments of practice to invite your physical body to relax, so important. And giving your nervous system a chance to down-regulate. So if you're lying back there, palms face up to the ceiling or to the sky, let the feet fall out wide. Wriggle and adjust, make any final movements you need before resting in stillness. Get comfortable. And just gently, gently close your eyes. And just begin withdrawing your awareness from your surrounds. And letting the sounds in your environment start to dissolve as you tune into your body. Feeling the touch of the air on your skin. And bringing your awareness to your breath. Noticing the pace of your breath becoming a little shallower as you slow down. And invite your body to completely relax and let go. And just holding your body quietly still. Start to breathe a deeper breath, just waking your body up with your breath. Breathing from the center of your body out to the edge of your skin. Wriggling the fingers, moving the toes. And if you are lying back there, bending the knees, take your feet to the floor. Rolling out to your right side, take a moment there. Letting your eyes blink open and adjust to the light in the room. And then just really slowly drag yourself all the way back up to sit. And thank you so much for joining me on your mat. I so appreciate your support and all your kind comments. Have a beautiful day or evening. Namaste.